Sorry, guys. For some reason, it stopped. Good, good, good. Good. What? Oh, I died.
That's like me putting you in an auto mechanic shop. But I mean, I do love music and I do love art. They're trying to create a music there. You cannot get good bands to fill this place 10 days a month, otherwise what? Can you? Well, one of the guys that played with the Clippers, Hendrix, and what? Hendrix 5 years ago. The guys who played with us. No draft beer. Let me have a Manhattan. We don't have the ingredients for that. What? So then he said, okay, can't get draft beer. I can't get the cocktails I want. Now, if that stuff is going on over there, is there anything you guys are talking about in your office that's going to make a damn bit of difference? You should be smart enough to know that you're sinking. We're aware of that. So the best thing that you can do is stop.
Don't blink. Yes, you blink. Welcome to your. Whoa. Don't blink. Yes, you blink. Welcome to another video show. Welcome to another video. Fucking horrible intro, but hey, here we are. I'm so sorry. This is part 3 of our Sangria review. I know it sounds like I'm drunk, but this is the version 1. So the first time we had 6% batteries, I was like, okay, this is enough to make a taste test, so we didn't have time, so let's try to do it again. Sangria. I'm going to restart from the get-go, so I'm probably going to do the 2 first as bloopers, and this is going to be the first one. I did have a little bit of taste to it, but I waited long enough for me to be like, okay, well, I don't recognize the taste. So Sangria, don't have a lot of story with them. Signora, don't have a lot of history with them. Signora, I know, is ma'am in Italian. Signora. Signorita is in Spanish and Signora is in Italian. We got Sangria, right, which is super cool because this is a virgin Sangria. My story with Sangria, I know it said nothing, but it's kind of, I wouldn't go for Sangria myself. I wouldn't go for it. However, I used to work in a coffee shop, and the coffee shop has a lot of ladies, and them ladies would love Sangria, right? And at first I was like, okay, well, this is a pussy drink, pun intended. But then I was like, okay, well, this is pretty good. Sangria, from what I understand, is actually wine, or mostly red wine with fruit inside. So we'll be checking it out. Now, what I'm expecting is grape juice with fruits. And yeah, Well, I was hoping to get the sound, but I shaked it a bit too much. Okay. Now we're gonna be blowing it. So you're just pushing the foam into the liquid. To be completely honest, the only reason I bought this was because it was kind of cool. It was kind of nice. I thought it was a good concept. I thought, listen, who else will taste a virgin sangria? And the question is, who else makes a virgin sangria like that? So this is actually quite nice. I'm impressed that there's a product like this out there. I wouldn't have not thought about it. The reality is, it works really well. It's only 1.5 liters, which doesn't seem like it. It seems like a lot less. The taste in itself is super nice because you kind of get the bitterness of the grapes, which is supposed to emulate the taste of wine. You do taste the wine a little bit, but it's not alcoholic. So, and it's weird because your brain knows what it's supposed to taste. Your brain is knowing, okay, well, this is a sangria. This is knowledgeable. This is knowledge that I have, right? So when you taste it, it's like, okay, well, I know this. So you take the sangria, which is actually quite nice. Now let's have some fruits. Fruit, I'm thinking usually it's orange and grape. Okay, so there's no taste of fruit. There's no taste of specific fruit. There's taste of fruit. So it really represents the one that left fruit in there. So it's kind of got a fruit taste to it, rather than necessarily being fruit juice, right? So I would say, for example, when you take a I don't know, it's very unique. It's a very unique taste. Actually, quite nice. You can tell that they did a pretty good job at recreating the taste. Um, if you didn't tell me, I would have this as a sangria. And it had a little bit of vodka to it, so it's alcoholic. Because technically speaking, sangria is a alcoholic drink. There's nothing wrong with having a virgin. So here's my thoughts, right? If you're gonna have a virgin drink, have anything else than a freaking sangria. I'm not saying that sangria isn't good. I'm not saying that it's not something that I would like, but it's not my first choice when it comes to something to drink, right? I'm gonna have a soda before that. I'm gonna have a bunch of stuff before I go for a virgin sangria. However, this is quite nice. This is quite nice. Now, ultimately speaking, this product to me, and I don't know if it's the intended use for it, but for me, I have these very pleasant memories of a kid, right? It was the millennium. I was born in '93. In the year 2000, right? And this I remember because it was really, it was really something special for me. Because it was the new millennium, we wanted to do something special. So my father got a bottle of champagne, right? And it's funny because he popped a bottle of champagne, and I remember hearing the bottle pop. And be like, okay, well, this is my first time kind of special, right? And then he bought some apple, it was apple, I don't know if it was, I don't remember if it was apple soda or apple cider, but it was non-alcoholic. And when you shake it, you could pop it just like a champagne bottle. So it would say, hey, it's a bottle for me and it's a bottle for you. So I felt like I was drinking the same thing as he did, but I was drinking apple juice, which was totally safe for kids. So I get the feeling that's that, like Papa or Mama is drinking sangria, kids is drinking sangria. One of them is alcoholics, one of them isn't alcoholic. To me, even then, there's a ton of example like that. You can take the parents that are drinking coffee and the kids who's having a chocolate bar called Coffee Crisps. You're still getting that coffee flavor. You're still getting that coffee goodness. But in the same way, you're not really getting that coffee goodness because it's not real coffee. You just tasting the coffee. So with this one, you're not really getting the intent of sangria. For me, a sangria is. So I'm gonna be an asshole. Okay, you'll have to forgive me. But a sangria is the perfect way of, okay. Oh, dude, I wasn't gonna tell the story, but it's actually a pretty funny story. Because I'm afraid that you guys are gonna think that I'm playing the victim card, but I'm not. So we used to work in a coffee shop, right? And we were broke, and we were making minimum salaries, but there was a lot of us, so we did make proper salaries. So most of us were part-time, right? Now, why would he do that? Well, because when it's time to ask for a raise, it's harder, right? It's a lot harder. There was no insurance. It was like a student job. So it's better to have a lot of employees because they can't ask for a raise because they haven't worked enough hours. And then when you ask for a raise, they say, how many hours did you work last week? Well, 20. Well, you're not permanent, so I cannot give you a raise, right? So what we did is, one of us brought a bottle of wine. One of them, I think I was the one that brought the bottle of wine because my father had cheap wine. And then one of them brought a orange juice, one of them brought an apple juice, one of them brought a cranberry juice. And I remember spending the whole night, and it was one of those bottles, and it was really cheap wine. I think it was like a 2.5 liters, 2 liters of wine, and we just had it and just had juice, and we were pretty drunk at the end. And it was fun because it was like, well, this is a way to get drunk fast. Or like a switch, or like a homemade alcohol. So something very strong doesn't taste the best, but gets you drunk. So sangria to me is a way of getting some cheap wine and making it taste good. It is supposed to raise the bitterness of the wine. However, you see, sangria is also super cool. You know what? This is actually a really good product. Now I'm thinking about it, it's actually a really, really, really good product. There's a ton of ways that this could be cool. going to a party, you have this for a designated driver. It's really nice. The flavor is nice. The flavor is actually pretty cool. Once again, not my favorite soda. I wouldn't buy this. I don't really like alcohol. I wouldn't buy this on a daily. I wouldn't buy this on a weekly. But it's actually really cool. And the concept itself is actually pretty nice because you have a you have something that's virgin, right? Like, and as simple as it is, there's a ton of drink. I started the video with saying if you're gonna have something that's virgin, have a soda. But then is that true? Because you have a Bloody Mary. In a Bloody Mary that's virgin, that's actually really, really good. You have a well, so far that's the only thing that I can think about. But yeah, there's possibly a bunch of other alcohol drinks that are really good without alcohol. So super cool, kind of cool product, kind of a novelty. So this is a product from Italy. Is it super popular in Italy? I don't know, but I know that this is the first time I'm seeing this. It's distributed by distributor El Paso, Texas. You know, based in El Paso, Texas. I don't know why El Paso makes me think about Albuquerque, Breaking Bad. So yeah, so this is it. This is a really good drink. That's pretty much it. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Dome Link, it's your boy Link. Welcome to another commercial. This has been Rob Taylor having a wonderful day on this 3rd May 2025. Today we're doing a video that is kind of cool. We're feeling, we're playing the tower, playing the tower, we're uploading clips. Also, we are listening to Jon Taffer, Bar Rescue, because I've been watching too much. I've been watching too much Gordon Ramsay lately, but I still want to hear a older man scream at people for no absolute reason. So Jon Taffer is our American Gordon Ramsay. I'm not American, so I don't know why I'm saying this. And if we had one in French, I don't know who would be. So today, we're talking about something that's super interesting. This is a video that is both for the gaming channel. This is a video that's also for the main channel. I love doing these videos because, again, having 2 channels is one of the best things to do. Having 2 channels, which one is gaming, one of them is normal, actually quite nice. I was in a bad mood today, now we're in a better mood. We're feeling better. That's great. So, why I like doing a 2 channel is, although I do believe that having the 2 channel is a great thing, the normal one and the gaming, I do prefer having both. Doing both. Like, I don't... And this is part of the video, this is part of the content because, yes, this subject is content creation. This subject of the video is content creation. Absolutely. So I kind of really like the fact that we're having a 2 channel because, again, it fills up 2 needs. It fills up 2 reality. My gamer reality and the content creator reality, right? And one wouldn't exist. And it's so weird. It is so freaking weird because when you think about it and when you really think about it, I'm a bit tipsy. Without the gaming channel, I wouldn't make making content because I wouldn't have the confidence. But without the confidence in being myself, I wouldn't be able to do the gaming content because nobody would give a shit, right? So yeah, there you go. Now, that being said, I like having both because one of my worst fear, like again, I'm gonna have to repeat myself, but the 2 channels are great. One of my worst fear, however, is if the 2 channels are completely different, opposite universe. So you like this. And because you like this, you're not able to like this. And because you like this, you're not able to like this. And in a perfect world, I'm getting people that are open-minded to the gaming content and sometimes the gaming content. Or, in a perfect world, I'm getting some people that like the gaming content or they like the pretense of a normal life, right? So now what we're watching is 2 things. And this is the beauty of it. This is the beauty of it. We're talking about multiple subject nights, but we're talking about content creation, talking about nostalgia and old content. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is why we're doing this video. Why we're doing this video, and it's absolutely grandiose. About last month exactly today, a month ago, Netflix released a new series of Devil May Cry, right? A new animated series, and the Devil May Cry series is actually really good, really enjoyable, right? Now, I'm gonna be completely honest, and I know I'm gonna offend people, but I do not give a shit. Devil May Cry is one of my. I love the series. It's one of the first series that I played. I love it. It's one of the first series, if not the first series that I played. So, streaming, the first series that I played was Kingdom Hearts. Then the second one was Devil May Cry. And I'm lying because I think the first series that I played was Devil May Cry. I'm pretty sure because I was looking for smaller games. Devil May Cry, a lot of people they have this very core audience, and of course Dante is the main character. Dante is very beloved. Dante is part of a lot of game as a cameo. So this is kind of cool, right? This is absolutely kind of cool. However, how many new fans? How many new fans was Devil May Cry having? And the answer is not a lot. So if you look at the Devil May Cry 5, which is the latest entry to the series, we're talking about 2019. Now with the DLC, talking about possibly 2020. Today is the 3rd May 2025, right? So it's kind of different. That being said, I don't think it's bringing up about a lot of newer public. See, we're tipsy, so we're not feeling super good, but it's gonna be okay. Then that being said, because I think that being said is important, we have this other case, and this other case, which is as nice, if not nicer, 3 Days Grace. And 3 Days Grace is a bit more Secret Devil May Cry, giving content, and 3 Days Grace, normal content. 3 Days Grace in the 90s, early 2000s, they were huge. It was one of the most popular bands. People often think about Linkin Park, right? Talk about Evanescence, but not far behind you have group of new metal, which was Breaking Benjamin, 3 Days Grace, Billy Talent. Those were also super great. 3 Days Grace was one of my favorites. So songs, I grew up with 3 Days Grace, and when I say I grew up, it's so fucked up. My story with 3 Days Grace is so fucked up. It's gonna be a long video, by the way, so I hope you have something to drink. I hope you have a snacks, because we do. Nacho Cheetos. My very first band I fell in love with was Linkin Park. This was the very first band that I fell in love with. The reality is Linkin Park was a band that I liked, but I didn't love. Now, that's not true. I did love Linkin Park, but only in theory. Because Linkin Park was making music in English, right? And I didn't speak English. I'm French. My father raised me in French. My mom wanted me to learn English, but I was like, no, I'm okay with French. Also, I have a speech impediment when I speak French, where I speak too fast. So my mom was like, hey, you should learn English. And I was like, no, I have a hard time speaking French, right? So fuck it, let's fuck it language. Now, 3 Days Grace came at a time where I was in high school, and that's when I started learning English. So the very first band I started listening in English was 3 Days Grace. Now, after we're done with 3 Days Grace, we went back to Linkin Park, and Linkin Park became my very first band love, because now it's music that I knew, it's song that I knew, but at a very core, 3 Days Grace was one of my favorite bands. So we're talking about songs like Mr. Riot, Mr. Riot, Riot, talking about I'll be coming home just to be alone, or songs like In the Grounds I Lay, loosen everything, I can see my eyes crashing me by, was it all too much? Or songs like let's see, are we fans or not fans? We're kind of fans. Break away from everybody, break away from everything. If you can stand the way these places break yourself. Or songs like even if I say we'll be alright, till I hear you say you want to end your life, never too late. Or songs like a pain without love, pain can't get enough pain. I like it rough cause I rather feel pain than nothing at all. Or songs like you thought you were sitting beside me, you were only in my way. You thought I was on the naughty just like you. Don't know the song a lot because we're tipsy. Now, I could do this, but I think I'm forgetting something. What is the song that we're forgetting? Well, the very song that made me acknowledge, be familiar with 3 Days Grace, and that song was somebody get me through this nightmare. I can't control myself. So what if you can see the darkest side of me? No one will ever change this animal I have become. How we believe it's not the real me. So, I know what I have become. 3 days race. Oh, I forgot. I forgot the most important song, which is exactly. Let's look at this video. So this is the song I love. This song is the song that's inspiring us. You see, when I'm drunk, completely different person. No matter how hard I try, never satisfied. No, that's not it. It is something if you were deaf and alive, I don't care. I don't care. Oh, wait a second. You tell me that this is the wrong band. It's a band called Apoleptica. Okay. Okay. But it's still Adam Gautier, right? So 3 days race kicked out Adam Gautier. Now the reason for the kicked out are alleged. I don't know, but the truth maybe they. My apologies. I don't fucking know. But I know they kicked him out, right? And then Adam Gautier was like, "Yo, fuck you guys. I'm going to become the best." And it's funny because it happened more than once. So we grew up also with bands. If you're a '90s kid, you know what I'm talking about. We grew up with bands like Hollywood Undead, this Deuce, Johnny Three Tears situation. So when Adam Gautier left, a lot of people gave up on 3 Days Race, right? And I kind of gave up on it. There was still some really good songs. Some Red Lights was really good. 1X was really, really good. Really like those songs. But it wasn't the same, so I kind of gave up on it, right? And now we're seeing a resurgence of 3 Days Grace. So what is the resurgence of Devil May Cry? The animated series, you're right. And why is it so important? Well, bands that we don't even know, like PGR or Punishing Gray Raven, Hollow, are a game that we now care about. How amazing is that? It's really amazing, isn't it? Second, because there's no tree without two, right? The second is that they have this collaboration with Devil May Cry, and now there's an afflux of people that are trying out Punishing Gray Raven. Thanks to Devil May Cry, right? 3 Days Grace. Adam Gautier has rejoined the band, and now people start giving a shit about 3 Days Grace. Now, there's something really, 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 really special. And this is, my friend, this is something called a god, a internet god, a AI god, and it's something called the algorithm, right? Now, don't ask me why. On my TikTok, I'm filled with 3 things: Devil May Cry, Kitten, and 3 Days Race. How did you know? How did you know? Why do we want to put 3 in? Okay, so the Kitten is bullshit. I wish it was Kitten, but no. I wanted to put 3 for 3 Days Grace. Call me cringe. Call me cringe. So 3 Days Grace came back, right? I was like, wow, holy. Then I saw people that kind of made songs, but those people are younger than me. I'm like, how do you know about 3 Days Grace, bro? This is a '90s specialty. This is a very inclusive club of, I grew up with South Park. I grew up, and you realize that one thing. So why are we talking about Devil May Cry and 3 Days Race? And how does it affect content, right? Well, in most cases, I think as human beings, and I'm gonna add another very important subject in it, and it's music, right? I think music, and I think in this same case, I think gaming does change. There's games that you like when you were a kid, there's songs that you like when you were a kid, and you grew up and you don't like them as much. Now, did the game change? No. Did the music change? No. Did your taste in music change? Yes. What does it change? Because you're a different person? So is it because you're reminded of who you were when you were listening to that song? Is it because it reminded you of a certain person, a ex-lover, blah, 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 blah? You don't know, but you do change, and your tastes change, right? And the cool thing about this is because your taste change, you're evolving as a person. So evolving as a person, it's physically, it's mentally, it's media-wise. I'm listening to different shows. I wouldn't listen to fucking Friday the 13th when I was 4. Now I love these, right? Now, what changed? And again, the question to ask is a good question to ask, and I don't have the answer. I don't have the answer. What made you like this song last year, but you don't like it anymore? What happened? What happened, right? And I don't know what it is. If you know, tell me. But the truth is, it didn't really matter. Because just like Devil May Cry, just like that 2 Days Race, quality was always just that, quality. Quality was always just that, quality. Quality was always just quality, exactly. Didn't matter how long it was, it didn't matter how much you evolved, you still remind yourself, you still remember that this is quality, you still acknowledge that this is quality. Right? Devil May Cry is still a great game. It's still really enjoyable. Shitty Race are still something that I fucking rock out to. Right? I'm a different person, but then it changed. So now, there's 3 questions that are asked. 3 questions that are super important. The first one. Wow. Yum. Yum. I don't know. It's such a good question of why are we liking these? Because they're quality. Because the question is actually quite nice. The question being, why am I still liking this, or why did I stop liking this? There's more in the same question. I like, I don't like. I like, I dislike. 2 sides of the same coin. And I think they bank on nostalgia. I think they bank on nostalgia. I think this is a super complicated thing. I think this is a super complicated context. Now, technically speaking, the context of nostalgia isn't hard to understand. You like what you like because you used to like it. You like of something. You like what you like because it doesn't matter if it was last year, it doesn't matter if it was a year